Welcome to this micro-learning module on identifying project goals and objectives, where we'll walk through clear, practical steps to define what success looks like for any project. Over the next slides, we'll cover why goals matter, how to set measurable objectives, and how to align everything with strategy so teams stay focused and deliver predictable results. This presentation is structured to build your skills from the foundation up, starting with defining goals, distinguishing them from objectives, and then introducing the SMART framework. We'll explore strategic and performance objectives, how to document and track them, common pitfalls to avoid, and end with measurement and a brief case study to tie it all together. In this introduction, we'll highlight why project goals matter. They give teams direction, create a roadmap, and reduce failure by preventing aimless work. Think of goals as the destination and the project as the route. Clear goals keep stakeholders aligned, focus resources effectively, and make impact analysis possible throughout the project lifecycle. Project goals are high-level statements describing the desired future outcome, focusing on the what rather than the how. They capture a broad, long-term vision that guides decisions over time and helps stakeholders see the bigger picture, while giving teams a stable reference point as tasks and tactics evolve during execution. Objectives are the concrete, short-term steps that make a goal achievable. They should be specific and measurable, providing tactical instructions for daily work and immediate deliverables. In practice, objectives translate strategy into action by breaking the goal into manageable milestones that teams can track and complete. Goals and objectives work together but serve different purposes. Goals are broad destinations and objectives are the milestones you pass along the way. Goals define scope and intent, while objectives provide measurable benchmarks and deadlines that turn vision into executable plans and make success easier to evaluate. Alignment ensures every objective supports organization-level strategy and prevents wasted effort. By linking outcomes to corporate priorities and keeping consistency across project tiers, teams maintain a clear focus and make sure individual tasks contribute to meaningful business results, rather than fragmenting effort into unrelated work. The SMART framework is the gold standard for defining usable project goals, standing for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Applying these criteria builds clarity and accountability, helping teams create goals that are realistic, trackable, and clearly tied to desired business outcomes throughout the project lifecycle. Specific goals remove ambiguity by setting clear boundaries and precise targets, ensuring everyone understands what success looks like. Instead of vague phrases like improve performance, use concrete measures such as increase website traffic by 20%. Which turns a general aim into an actionable target for the team. Measurable objectives rely on KPIs and tracking metrics, so progress is visible and decisions are data-driven. Establish reliable measurement methods and tools up front. Define what success looks like numerically, and use consistent tracking to evaluate performance and adjust tactics as the project moves forward. Achievable goals strike a balance between ambitious outcomes and realistic resource constraints. Verify that budgets, timelines, and team capabilities align with the objective. Identify skill gaps early and plan for blockers so targets remain motivating without setting the team up for burnout or failure. Relevant objectives are tightly aligned to the project's purpose and the organization's strategic priorities. Make sure each goal solves a real problem, supports long-term business value, and contributes directly to broader aims, so effort is focused on initiatives that truly matter to stakeholders and customers. Time-bound objectives add urgency and structure through clear deadlines and milestones, which help prioritize work and maintain momentum. Setting defined timelines creates psychological focus and provides checkpoints to assess progress, ensuring tasks don't drift, and that milestones guide execution toward a timely delivery. Strategic objectives focus on high-level business targets like market growth or revenue expansion and should be connected to corporate vision. Use strategic examples to guide priorities and ensure each major objective links to overarching goals, so team efforts contribute to long-term competitive positioning and business success. Performance objectives concentrate on internal processes, efficiency, and quality standards to boost productivity across the organization. By measuring workflows, identifying bottlenecks, and leveraging data-driven insights, teams can refine operations and maintain consistent output that supports broader strategic objectives. Financial and business objectives emphasize budget discipline, ROI, and long-term economic viability. Track financial health throughout the project lifecycle, set realistic budget targets, and ensure planning decisions support sustainable returns so projects deliver measurable business value without compromising fiscal responsibility. Regulatory and compliance objectives protect the project and organization by meeting legal standards and managing risk. Prioritize documentation, enforce risk mitigation practices, and foster a compliance-first culture to maintain transparency, avoid penalties, and ensure the project adheres to required frameworks and industry regulations. Engaging stakeholders early clarifies expectations and builds a shared vision of success, which reduces conflicts and improves buy-in. Use collaborative workshops and structured interviews to balance diverse priorities, surface critical needs, and align stakeholders so objectives reflect a consensus view of what outcome is truly valuable. Documenting goals in the project charter establishes a formal baseline for scope, responsibilities, and authorization. Record objectives clearly to avoid scope creep, define control measures to maintain focus, and secure official sign-off from sponsors to confirm commitment and give the project a stable governance foundation. Translate broad goals into actionable tasks by creating a detailed work breakdown structure that maps high-level objectives to daily activities. Ensure strategic alignment at every level so each task contributes to the intended outcome, and use this breakdown to assign ownership, estimate effort, and track progress consistently across the team. Objectives and key results, or OKRs, can complement traditional goal setting by linking ambitious objectives to measurable key results and improving agility. OKRs emphasize dynamic progress and stretch targets, helping teams focus on outcomes and iterate quickly while still aligning with strategic priorities and performance expectations. Common pitfalls include setting unrealistic expectations that exceed resources, using overly complex or technical language that confuses stakeholders, and failing to communicate goals across the team. Avoid these traps by being realistic, using plain language, and ensuring transparent sharing so everyone understands their role in achieving the objectives. When objectives change, manage them through a robust change control process that preserves stability and prevents scope creep. Assess the impact on timeline and resources, communicate transparently to realign teams, and document revisions clearly so stakeholders remain informed and the project can adapt without losing direction. Use tools to visualize and track objectives in real time, such as Gantt charts and Kanban boards for progress visibility, interactive dashboards for KPI monitoring, and integrated software to align daily tasks with strategic goals. These tools keep stakeholders informed, surface risks early, and make performance tracking part of routine management. Measuring success after project completion means evaluating whether outcomes match the original goals and what value was delivered. Conduct lessons learned sessions, compare planned versus actual results to identify variances, and use these insights to improve future planning, execution, and objective setting practices. In our case study, a recent project applied SMART goals to achieve clear alignment and faster decision-making, demonstrating how specific objectives streamline execution and reduce scope drift. The key takeaways highlight how clarity, measurable targets, and strategic focus together drive higher success rates and better resource utilization. To conclude, recap the best practices. Follow established frameworks, keep continuous review and refinement, and balance clarity with flexibility so goals remain relevant as conditions change. By combining precise planning with ongoing monitoring, you create resilient projects that stay aligned with strategic outcomes and deliver consistent value.